I bet you didn't know this while you're fretting over AI taking all your work, but freelance writing clients going into 2026 actually want you to know more about their audience. They don't want you to know more about all the robots and all the ChatGPT prompts and all that stuff. They want you to know more about their audience, and I'm here to help you figure that out. I'm Mandy Ellis, and I built a six-figure freelance writing business, and now I help other freelance writers hit five-figure months with dream clients without the burnout, stress, and overwhelm. This is the number one thing going into 2026 with freelance writing clients. They are looking for you to take them on the audience journey. They want you to understand, why are you creating this blog post or this case study or white paper for this specific audience? How is it going to perform with that audience? So you need to know the buying journey. You need to understand where they come from. Are they coming from a paid Facebook or Instagram ad? Are they coming from a YouTube channel? Are they coming from Instagram? Is it organic? Is it paid? Like, where are they coming? Like the actual customer journey from where they're coming. And then what do they do next? When they go to the website, are they coming to a blog post? Are they downloading a guide? Are they downloading a case study? Are they paying to see a white paper through a paywall? How much content are they going in there to absorb for free before they ever go in and purchase a product? So this is something that I think a lot of writers miss. They're worried about using AI to make things more efficient. And of course, we should be embracing AI. I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm not saying it's not a tool that's going to help you. But I think a lot of clients, what they're looking for in freelance writers is for you to give more of a consultative type experience. So if you're able to put on kind of like a kickoff call and get information from important people at the company, like what have they been doing? What's working and what's not? What sales and marketing things have they been doing? What have they been doing with their content? Do they have target audience buyers? Like, do they actually have ideal members of their audience, like buyer avatars that you can write to, and then you can kind of walk them through that, like, why are we doing this content? How does it work? What would be kind of the funnel phases between someone starting to know their brand to someone actually purchasing? And this isn't as complicated as it seems. I teach this to my students all the time. Like, I walk them through, like, where the types of pieces of content fall within the funnel, like how your clients would use them as business clients, copywriting and content marketing. And then what does that actually help the audience do? Like, why is that important for this audience versus another one? Why do white papers work with pharmaceutical or life science companies or biotech companies or veterinary companies versus case studies working for products that are more in real estate or food tech or something like that? So I think what you should really be doing is, yes, use AI to help you get more efficient. Use it to help you. Like, I like Perplexity because it helps you condense a lot of complicated material down into easy to use stuff. Like, it allows you to get sources, number one, but it really helps you get a lot of information. Like, you can give it a lot of information and it helps you digest it. But I think it's also that your writing clients aren't actually just looking for a hired hand anymore, right? That's not it. They're not just looking for someone to type. They're looking for someone to look at the big picture of content and help them break that down. One of the number one searches that have been coming up recently is content strategy. That's like the first time ever that content strategy has crossed all the other ones, right? Copywriting, content marketing, all the other things. So the more that our clients have been searching for content strategy, you need to learn more about that. So I know that we want to do the writing piece, and of course we can. That's the piece that we're helping with first, though, is the strategy, like helping them get the strategy, helping them understand things. And a lot of times your job as the writer is to ask questions, show up and digest information and make that digestible to your client. So if you can do a workshop or you can do a kickoff call where you're getting a lot of information from all of these important people at the business, you can make that into a document as a deliverable to send to them. Hey, here's what we talked about, here's what we're thinking, here's all the questions I asked, and make that a document to send to them. And then you can use that as the building ground for the strategy, or you can use it as the building ground for the content. You can help them with the content strategy and then do like a retainer agreement to actually execute the content, write the white papers and the case studies and the blog posts and the articles, thought leadership. But I think that's where we're going. I really do think that a lot of clients are moving away from like that evergreen content. They are moving more into like impactful content for their specific audience that does X, Y, and Z, or is shooting for X, Y, and Z results. And your job is just to ask questions. Your job is to set it up more as you are advising them by getting information from them first. So Anytime you're going into a new project, try to do that. Get a kickoff call or set up a workshop as part of your project so that you're getting a lot of information. And then that already allows you to charge more. And then you're able to either do strategy or some kind of consultative thing. And then you can move into executing the content. All of those things together help you increase the relationship, that deepening of relationship with your client. It helps you do a lot better, get them better results, help them move forward quicker. It helps you better understand your diamond clients because now you're having a better interactive kind of experience with them. And you're also making more money for the long term. Like, I think this is where it's going, especially with how AI is very like copy and paste this thing into AI and it'll print it up. I just think this is really good, especially when we're going into 2026. I really think that's how things are going to change moving forward. If you're someone who's like, well, if I get on these calls with clients, like, what do I actually ask and what do I say? And how am I actually onboarding them so that they feel like confident that I can do all this stuff? Grab my free seasoned veteran cheat sheet. I walk you through the questions that you need to ask on these calls to suss out not just good clients, but these more consultative, higher paying roles. And I'm giving you how I actually onboard my clients, like the step-by-step process of how to do that. If you go to mandyellis.com/cheat sheet, you can grab that totally free. There's some other cool things in there too. But I want to make sure to say that. So when we're moving into these consultative things, you have like the actual checklist to go through. So mandyellis.com/cheat sheet to grab that. Number two here, I think you should also use your client research wisely. What you see and the common content types that your clients are creating, right? We're sending these LOIs, these letters of introduction to our potential diamond clients, the ones that make the right amount of revenue or that we have filtered down to say, like, these are the type I'm going to target. You need to take that intel of looking at their website, looking at their social media when you are deciding who to put on your LOI spreadsheet to send an LOI to make packages. Like, this is something that writers miss all the time. They do all this research, right? They're looking at their website, they're looking at LinkedIn, they're looking at who to contact to send their LOIs, and they don't catalog things along the way. As long as you catalog, like, hey, I noticed they're doing a bunch of case studies, or they do a case study per quarter, they are publishing a blog post every week, and they're doing, they have 3 downloadable guides. Then you can go back through your LOI spreadsheet and say, okay, I've noticed these are the 3 most common types of content. They're doing thought leadership, white papers, and case studies, and this is the cadence. Then you can just make a package for that because that's most common across all the high paying clients that you are targeting and or working with. And this is something that you can do for competitors too. What are their competitors doing, right? You're gathering all of these potential clients to send all of your LOIs to, but you're forgetting to like look at them as competitors. Every one of those niches, those clients, a lot of them are competitors. So why not look at what is one doing that one's not? What are they missing? What could they fix? Really start getting into this kind of journey thing that I talked about, but you really should be thinking more about like, what am I seeing more common? And this is usually for students or writers who have been freelance writing for a few years. If you've been freelance writing for a few years, there's definitely things that your clients have repeated over and over and over again. If you have been on calls with clients, especially going into 2026, what are the things they mention most? What are the types of content? How frequent? What's the the page length or the word count? What are they asking for? Are they asking for interviews and data and research and this thing and that thing? Really think about, like, is there something that I can offer as an ongoing retainer package? Because that's just leveraging what your clients have already told you. That's what you want to do. And writers miss that all the time. They're like, well, I just need writing work. And it's like, no, you need ongoing long-term retainer work or ongoing long-term projects that, your client is continually moving forward. So in order to do that, we need to align with the right clients who are doing that. And you can find that in their website. You can find that in their social media, what they're publishing, how frequently, why are they publishing this content, how long is it? And you need to leverage that into, let's say you want to do a retainer that's 3K a month. And for 3K a month, you'll do 1 case study and 1 thought leadership article per month, or whatever that is. You need to pick some things that fit within whatever that number is, 3K, 5K, 10K, whatever. But you need to have something that is aligned with the things your clients have said. And writers miss this all the time. They miss all the time that your clients have repeated the same types of content, or that you are missing the data in your LOI spreadsheet that shows you like the frequency, the type of content. And then that helps you build a package that is a lot easier to say, hey, I've done this with my clients before, or I've seen your competitors doing this, and going into 2026, it would make sense to kind of start off with this 90-day retainer so that we can kind of make sure your content's on the right track. all this good stuff can lead to results. Here's all these things I found. It really kind of helps. And for me, those are the two main things that I have seen, and I think that are really important with clients hiring freelance writers coming into 2026. And if you are someone who is like, hey, I really want more of like a system, I want a system for getting these high paying clients. I want something that I can keep going back to and iterate on and get faster on. Well, not, I mean, really improve that efficiency all year long. That's what we're talking about next time. You should be able to see that video coming up. So if you're someone who wants to really get a system in place for 2026, get those high paying clients, really understand the changes and how to put things in place, I want you to watch this video next, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.